Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Beer 30 Beer Reviews with your host, me, Big Dub. You might be wondering, what are we going to be talking about today? We love to talk about beer, talking about sports, and the sports angle we're taking today is sports video games. As you can see, I got my Tecmo Bowl shirt on. Over my shoulder here, you can see my Tyson's Punch-Out signed photo by Tyson with a nice NES controller in it as well. Reason we're kind of talking about sports video games when we're talking about the sports, got the idea from one of our viewers, Zach Weber, thank you for that, as well as how sports kind of played an integral part at the beginning of the sports season when there wasn't anything going on. When it comes to the beers today, as you can see in front of me, we got a couple Pilsners today, a couple lighter beers, maybe something that you would enjoy while gaming. So we do have the Boulevard Pilsner here, and the Three Sheeps Pilsner over here. But going back into the video game aspects of everything, first off, if you've ever played Tyson's Punch-Out, you know how much of a pain beating Tyson can be. I think I've done it twice. If you do still have the classic NES in the game and you can't remember what the code is, it's right here for you. So just take this code, plug it in, and you'll be fighting Tyson before you know it. Just make sure you don't get hit once or twice or that fight is done. Before Tyson's Punch-Out, it was just called Punch-Out. Any of you actually remember the name of the final guy that Mike Tyson replaced? Mr. Dream. Kind of a silly name, but yeah, that was him. But going back to what we talked about earlier, when the season kind of got started with baseball, football, and they knew things were going to get delayed, you saw a lot of the E-Series going on. You saw the representatives of each team in baseball went and played a tournament with MLB The Show. Football, they went and did kind of a Madden tournament, and you still see a lot of players online now, Twitter. You see them on Instagram posting while they are out there playing, asking for people to play. I follow quite a bit of Chiefs players, so I see people like Chris Jones, Tyreek Hill, McCole Hardman. Then you have some of the older players like Chris Johnson or Chad Johnson, Chad Ochocinco. He's on there always asking people to play FIFA with him. So if you're on there, go follow some athletes. They're always looking for games while they're stuck in the bubble, getting ready for the season. They're always asking some of their followers, hey, hit me up, I'll play you in FIFA. Hey, hit me up, I'll play you in Madden. If you're not into the sports games, sometimes you see them playing other stuff. I know a lot of them also play Call of Duty. So follow some of your favorite athletes. You might be surprised that you'll get to play them one-on-one. They might play with you. So give it a shot. You never know what could happen. Going with the beers, we're going to start first with the Boulevard Pilsner here. You're looking at 5.2% alcohol by volume. They made it with Bierstadt. It's kind of a partnership. I will tell you right now, I am kind of partial to Boulevard. Being from Kansas City, Boulevard is one of the first beers I ever had. Their unfiltered wheat is one of my all-time favorites. But I will go with an unbiased feel on this, try to give my honest opinion on it, and not come just because I love Boulevard. As you can see the pour there, nice foamy head, a very clear golden color, which you would expect out of a Pilsner beer. It smells really good. You can smell just a slight fruitiness to it on the nose, as well as a little bit of the hoppiness, and it's very slight and very hint. We'll let that die down before we get the drink. Going back to the shirt, growing up, played a ton of Tecmo Bowl. Even in college, we still had the NES. We would do tournaments with it, and everyone knows how much of a beast Bo Jackson was in that game. It was unfair. If you saw someone as the Raiders, you knew you were in trouble. Another funny thing that I really loved about Tecmo Super Bowl, the quarterbacks could throw it basically 120 yards. You could drop the quarterback all the way back to the end of the end zone, and he could throw it all the way down the field. You just send the guy on a go route, and you could just chuck it. Most of the time, it wasn't caught, but it was always fun to just do that. You got 3rd and 15, just drop back 50 yards, chuck it deep, see what happens. So we'll give the Pilsner a taste here. Touchdown. Very, very light up front. Not much taste, but then you start getting the dry hoppiness at the back end that you kind of expect out of a Pilsner. So it starts very easy on the mouth, very light mouthfeel to it. Then that hoppiness a little dryness starts seeking in as you finish off that beer. For a Pilsner, that is pretty delicious, pretty refreshing. So I'll get back to that in a little bit. But again, one thing I really want to emphasize with this is I know a lot of people have been turning to gaming. There's a lot of great sports games out there, and there's one that me and my friends miss a ton, and that's NCAA football. We used to play online conferences together. We would take small conference teams. I know I used to be Louisiana Lafayette, East Carolina, schools like that, and build them up. We loved recruiting against each other, recruiting against the big boys, but it was always fun to build those programs up over 4, 5, 6 years. Sadly, that game's been gone for a long time. A lot of people were hoping with the new laws and rules starting to kind of come into place with NCAA, that NCAA football game might come back around. Doesn't look like it's in the near future though, sadly. I know a lot of people are clamoring for that to come back. Would love to see it come back. I still see a lot of people on PS2 just playing that game because of how much they loved it and enjoyed it. So, another thing with the video game aspect that you will see, you saw a lot of e-racing early in the year too. Before they felt comfortable getting Formula 1 racing, Indy racing, even NASCAR racing out there. You saw a lot of the digital racing. It was cool how they could actually make the cars look like they were on the track, going head to head, and doing an actual race. They did a very good production with that, and it was cool that with video game software and setup that you could still get races before the actual races came back. All right, already you can see a huge difference in the pores between these two. This one, almost no head at all, which kind of scares me. You do still get a little sweetness on the nose. I'm not getting the hops that I got out of this. You kind of hope with the Pilsner you get slight hoppiness with the nose up front. Okay, it tastes a lot better than it looks and a lot better than it smelled. Up front, you actually do get a little bit of a sweetness, which sometimes doesn't come with a Pilsner. But then you get a nice little blast of hoppiness, and then it finishes with a nice little bitterness to the end of it. Much, much more delightful than I thought when there was no head, and the smell wasn't much to the delight there at all. Those are very good Pilsners. Both of those are delicious. Highly recommend both of these if you're going out to play some games, or if you're gonna match up, throw your headset on and play games like I do with some of my buddies. If you are looking for games out there, I do play Madden, I do play FIFA, I also play Call of Duty. Hit me up, I'm on PlayStation 4. Just shoot me a message underneath and I will happily join you in a game sometime. You'll probably kick my tush, but that's fine. I enjoy it, like to get to know some of you guys a little bit better, and that might be a good way to do so. So let me know below if you want to just throw your player tag or just hit me up with a direct message. But thanks for checking in at Beer 30. Again, please follow, like, comment. If we get some more comments, we'll start giving away some prizes here very soon. Let me know your favorite video game, sports game. Let me know your favorite beers and your favorite teams. Until next time, cheers.